Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Blender tutorials. We're going to do some very simple modeling today, but at the same time we're going to learn some very important things in Blender that will help you model almost anything you want to. So let's begin. I've got my normal cube as I open up Blender, and what I want to do is make a table today. To make a table, I need to take the cube and flatten it. So I'm going to press S. Now S normally makes things bigger or smaller, but I've got 3 other keys I can press after I press the letter S. I can press the X key, the Y key, or the Z key. If I press S and I press the Z key, you will see a blue line from top to bottom. Now when I resize the cube, it only gets bigger going top to bottom. I'm going to left click there to remember the choice. I'm going to go to view number 7 and I'm going to press 5 to give me a flat view. I'm going to go and press S again, and this time I'm going to press the X button, and I'm going to make this table longer because most tables are long. What I'm now going to do is go to edit mode by clicking on tab, and I'm going to unselect everything. And what I want to do now is cut this table into pieces. Now I don't mean physically cut so it's in 2 pieces, but what I want to do is cut it so I can use those pieces later. To cut things you press Ctrl and R. If you move your mouse near the middle of the object, you will see a purple line comes, and I'm going to press on my left click, and now I'm going to just move my mouse and move that line over there. Again, I'm going to press Ctrl and R, go to the middle of the object, click the left button, and move that line over here. I'm now going to go to this side, press Ctrl and R, click on the left button, and move that line up there. And the last time I'm going to press Ctrl and R, click on the left button, and move that down there. Now I'm going to rotate so that you can see what we've created. It kind of isn't anything yet, it's just a rectangle with some lines in it. But what we're going to do is, you'll notice this is the top of the table, and I'm just going to rotate until I can see the bottom of the table. Now over here you can see 3 buttons. These let you choose what part of a model you're going to click on. At this moment I would like to click on the faces, and you can see that my view has changed, whereas it used to be this and I can click on the points. Now when I click the face select button, I can now choose whole faces. What I want to do is choose 1, 2, 3 and 4 little squares that I created when I cut the table. Let's rotate this slightly. And what I'm going to now press is the E button. Now E stands for extrude, and in 3D that means pull a shape out of another shape. So I'm going to press the E button, and I'm just going to move my mouse down, and you will see that 4 table legs have just appeared. Let's go into object mode by pressing tab, and you can now see that I have a very, very simple table. Nothing special, but it is a table. Let's make a chair. I'm going to now click on Shift and A, and I get a menu that says what would you like to add in Blender. I would like to add a cube again. You can see the cube is right in the middle of my table. Let's do something about that. Let's move it out. Let's press S and Z again. Let's flatten this thing like so. Let's go to view number 7. Again, I will cut this shape just like I did the table by going to edit mode, pressing Ctrl and R, and moving my mouse up. Ctrl R, click, move my mouse down, go to the top, Ctrl and R, move my mouse to the right, Ctrl and R, and move my mouse to the left. Same situation as before. I'm going to rotate my view. I'm going to go to face select mode, shift, click, click until I've got all 4 points. I'm going to now press E to extrude the legs down. And you'll notice if I go to view number 1 and number 3, I have got a table and chair, except the chair is kind of floating in the air. So let's move everything where it belongs. Back to object mode. I'm going to click on the table and I'm going to move it up to kind of there. I'm going to click on my unfinished chair and I'm going to also move it up there. Okay, let's get back to it. I'm going to go back to edit mode. I have the beginnings of a chair, I just haven't got the back of a chair. So I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3 faces, and I'm going to press extrude again and just pull up the back of the chair. Press tab again to go back to object mode. I'm not quite happy with the size of this chair, it's way too big compared to the table. So I'm just going to press S and make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to go to view number 3 and I'm going to move that chair to the floor where it belongs. And let's just put the chair under the table. Yep, and that looks pretty good. Let's just move it to the side. And what I'm going to do now is I want to make a copy of this chair. So what I'm going to do is press Shift and D, and that's a duplicate. And I'm going to put a chair over here. So that's 2 chairs and a table made very simply in Blender using the cut tool, and at the end we use the duplicate tool.